Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make this quick and easy quarter chicken roast recipe. If you're new here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss a single recipe from me. All the measurements will be available for you in the description box below. What I need you to take note of is this video is more for the method and not necessarily the measurements. So I'm starting off with a pot that I've got some hot water in, and I'm going to add some salt, and I'm basically creating a brine mixture, and to that I'm going to add some turmeric. This is going to serve the purpose of coloring our meat while we parboil it. So I'm just going to mix the salt and the turmeric in the water just to make sure that it is evenly distributed, and I'm going to bring the water up to a boil. So while that is coming to a boil, I'm going to my chicken pieces, and I'm basically just going to stab it at the back. I prefer to leave the skin unhindered, and the purpose of that is just to make sure that the brine filtrates into the meat, and it sort of gives the chicken this nice salty flavor, and we don't need to season it with salt beyond this point. So I'm just going to dip my chicken pieces inside the water, and this recipe is, you can follow this method basically for full chicken or more than just two pieces of chicken. This recipe is foolproof for all types of chicken pieces basically. Okay, I'm gonna let that simmer for 20 minutes just to cook the meat in the brine mixture. So while that is simmering, I'm going to create a dry rub, and what you need to know about the dry rub is we're not going to use any flavored types of spices. We're only going to use the natural type of spice. So I'm starting off with some garlic salt, and then to that I'm going to be adding some paprika, and once we're done with adding the paprika, I'm going to add some peri powder, so some hot spice powder. Like I said, we're not going to be adding things like chicken spice or barbecue spice. We don't need that. The chicken is already going to have its own flavors, but you do need a good grill seasoning, and my favorite one, you guys know, the one that I stand by, is the 7 Grills Colors seasoning, but you're more than welcome to use whichever one you're more comfortable with. And I'm just going to give that a mix just to evenly distribute all those spices together, so that when we put them on the meat, it is evenly distributed. So once your meat has boiled for over 20 minutes, you're going to put it out aside, let it cool down a little bit, and then we're going to take our dry rub and just rub it on the chicken pieces. We're going to rub it all around, so on the top and on the bottom, just to make sure that our chicken gets the seasoning everywhere. You need to be careful on the skin side, just so as to not peel the skin off, especially on the drumsticks, as they become very, very sensitive at this point because they've already been parboiled. And then this is what the meat is looking like with the seasonings. I'm going to put those on my baking tray, and I'm going to put them in an oven that is set at 180 degrees, and we're going to let that roast away for a full 30 to 40 minutes, just to make sure that our chicken is fully cooked through in the inside and in the outside. So while that is roasting, I'm going to prepare the top liquid marinade that we're going to use, or the glazing marinade, and I wanted mine to taste like Nandos, so I just used some Nandos hot sauce, and then I added just a little bit of spare rib marinade. You can use whichever marinades you prefer, but this recipe, if you try it to the T, your chicken will definitely taste like the Nandos quarter chicken recipe if you try it like this. So I'm just gonna mix those two together in the little bowl, and just to make sure that they're evenly distributed. And then after 40 minutes, while the chicken is still hot, I'm going to then baste it with the marinade that I spoke about, and I'm basting it on all the sides, on the top and on the bottom, and we're just gonna let that sit out in the marinade. Just let the marinade stick onto it, because our chicken is already cooked. We don't need to take it back into the oven. I'm just gonna let that do that for about 5 minutes, just basting it and let it sit aside for 5 minutes. And this is what our chicken looks like. I swear by this recipe. I hope that you guys try this recipe out and you find it to be just as delicious as I do. Like I said, if you are new here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss a single recipe from me. Comment in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your family. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.